About to start. Call me Dr. Tony Bite, baby. I'm here to teach you everything you need to learn, lady. Here's a quick way to get it easy, yeah. And you ain't even gotta be the brother day. Me and you up in this room.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Mingle Radio with your host, Gina Lamar Evans, and my guest, Miss Kara Inspires. Everybody give it up for her. I think we have maybe we don't have a call coming in, but we do want calls. Give us just a few minutes, and then give us a call at 708-223-8953, as we are still jamming to you like my theme music? You like it? You gotta jam with me on my theme music. Hey, this is how you get it easy. Hey, welcome to my sexy college, baby. Yeah, right. I am a singer. What do you mean I should be a singer? I am a singer. I keep explaining to people, I'm Lucille McGillicuddy. Do you know who that is?
No, just
I love
Beyonce.
Lucy. I love Lucy. No, I'm not Beyonce. I'm not Beyonce. I am Lucy Ricardo from I Love Lucy. And people say, oh, no, you mean Lucille Ball. No, Lucille Ball was an established actress. I'm the wife on I Love Lucy with no talent trying to be discovered. Anyway, welcome to Monday Night Mingle Radio with your host, Gina Lamar Evans. This is my sexy voice. Did you see the way I went sexy on that one?
I saw it.
All right, so for tonight's show, I have a guest. I need my sound effects, please. Can you just at least clap for me? I need L Boogie in the building because my DJ, he has all my sound effects and stuff for me. But I tell you, my producer, my super producer, Earl Winfrey, on black. Jesus with this one. Anyway, I do want to give you big claps and thank you so much for coming in on the holiday.
Thank you for having
But
me.
it's just what you have to do when you're launching a book, and it's not even her first book. Like when your book comes out June 4th, and we've got to be on that Monday. So you've got your tour, your media tour, all these things going on. So we'll get back to you in just a minute. We do have to still have we have to thank our sponsors. So we always have to start off by thanking our sponsors, 50 Pretty Panties. Give it up for Marilyn Bingham. You've come to a mingle, so 50 Pretty Panties is the one that's in the corner with all of the lingerie hanging up and the panties across the butt that says with a bottom like this, who needs tatas? Yeah, it doesn't really say that, but with a butt like this, I make the rules, all those things. It ain't gonna lick itself. Anyway, so that's 50 Pretty Panties. That is our sponsor. It's a no profanity zone. It's not a no disgusting talk zone. I know it's Monday Night Mingle Radio. So we have 50 Pretty Panties as our sponsor. We have Bedroom Candy, and of course, always Pillar Insurance. So I start the show off, Kara. Thank you for co-hosting and hanging in with me tonight. But I always start the show off with This Week in Gina Land. Because if you've met me, there's a week with me at all times. There's always something going on. So, I would be remiss not to talk about what everybody has been talking about this weekend. Mm-hmm. It's the holiday, right?
Right.
And so the Mingling Minute this morning was about all those holiday hookups that happened. Right. And baby, were they happening? Did you get proposition this weekend at all?
No.
Oh, come on. I don't believe it. Because I'm telling you, like people coming in town, my inbox is like, well, hey, I was in town for the weekend, aka away from your wife for the weekend. Like, where are we going with this? You're in town for the weekend. You're here for the family reunion, then go to the family reunion. But anyway, so we had those. So that was this morning's Mingling Minute on Fox. We do that every Monday morning, me and Darlene. And so that was the interesting topic that we talked about. She's like, was it really happening? I was like, as if you didn't get a phone call because I happen to know. She's like, okay, no, I got the text. I was like, you got it, because it happens, right? Mm-hmm. Those things happen.
I think it's a good topic.
It's always a good topic. And all I ever ask is that you protect yourself so that you don't take anything back home. You don't bring anything into Chicago, because we have our own numbers that we are fighting. We have our own gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, and we've had a couple of cases of meningitis for the men. So we have our own stuff that we are battling. We do not need you bringing in no trichomoniasis, because it's hot in your area and not in ours. Because now we start looking at cases like, where did these cases come from? Oh, we just had a holiday weekend. People came through the city. Everybody came home, came together. Then they take their little community in Iowa You're like, wait a minute, we're having a spike in chlamydia. Oh, you've been on the west side, that Austin area. It's hot. I just happen to know my community areas and my stats, right? That North Lawndale, number 27. Woo. Anyway, so that's what's been happening this weekend. The holiday weekend has been the biggest thing, but we definitely have to always start by thanking and giving remembrance because it's Memorial Day.
Right.
Not necessarily Veterans Day, but we definitely have to, it's Memorial Day, and we have to always give remembrance to the people we've lost.
Absolutely.
And to the fallen soldiers who have fought for my rusty freedoms. I always like to say it because I know I'm not going to get out there and do it. You come up on the block, it's on and popping, but I am not about to go overseas, get on someone else's soil and fight them. I'm just, that's a whole nother show that we'll talk about that. And we have to thank the wives and the women who sit back, or the husbands, I'm sorry, who sit back and allow their partners to go over there.
Yeah.
And bring back other stuff, because everything comes back with bringing back stuff. That's what Monday Night Mingle was about, right? Stopping the spread of things. And so therefore, when your partners are across the seas, and things happen when you're away from your partner, right? So you pick up a little something here, you pick up a little something there, and we put it back together. And we're like, how did we get Japanese beetles in Chicago? Oh, somebody's been traveling to Tokyo. So that's our week. That's part of our week. Our this week in Gina Land. What else happened? So, my ex got married. How could I forget that? That's major.
Your ex?
Yes, a guy I dated, but he happened to marry somebody I really like, and she seems really, really happy. So she's a jazz singer. Give it up for Simone Green and Lawrence Lyles. I almost said, I'm sorry, Simone Lyles now. So I wonder if she's going to change her name. Now she's established as Simone Green. You know Simone Green?
I
jazz
do.
singer?
I follow her on Facebook.
Absolutely. She married a guy I dated 8 or 9 years. When I say the ex, not my ex-husband or anything. Justina got that one. Anyway, I'm just saying she did. She married Evans years ago. They have 3 beautiful sons. They're all happy now and stuff. But yeah, so they got married this weekend. There was somebody else who got married this weekend, and I'm sorry it's gone. But congratulations to the both of you and to all of you. But I definitely, when they post a picture on Facebook, you get the phone calls, you get the inbox. You see, Lawrence got married. I said, the guy I dated 8 years ago. I was like, shut up. How dare he not wait? We just broke up. It's only been 8 years. I just don't believe that. Although that does happen when your spouse dies. If you go through a breakup, have you been married or divorced?
I'm divorced.
If you're
I was
divorced
married for 7 years.
So you know about divorce, right?
When
you're divorced, people say, you get on out there, Kara. You start dating. But if you're a widow and you start dating 5 years later, they're like, you dating again? It's only been 5 years. Like, how dare you? Your kids are like, how dare you? Daddy just left. It's like, it's been 5 years. I have to move on. So absolutely. Congratulations to them. And, what else? There was something. Oh, we had the big Unity picnic. I'm like, there's something major I'm forgetting. Yesterday, we had a really big picnic put on by Devo Entertainment and several other sponsors. And this started in his backyard years ago. Started doing these backyard picnics or parties that grew. And the first time I ever met the man, somebody invited me to the picnic. And all I know is that there are people everywhere, and it's right down the street from my house, pretty much in my community. And there are people everywhere, and there are porta potties. And the next thing I'm like, I've never been inside this man's house. I have no idea if he has furniture, or if his house is, looks as good as Prince's, because I've never seen the inside. Yet he's got 100 people out there. We're partying in the alley. We eating chicken in the alley. He was on the south side of Chicago. Now we moved the picnic to Eggers Grove, which was major. We had I can easily say over 300 people come out there yesterday.
Wow, in his backyard?
No. In his backyard, he had up to 100 people.
And then
easily. And we started moving it because he has a really small yard. So we were in the yard, the garage, the neighbors. He cleared the whole alley. And what I found is that, normally, come on, you walk in a Chicago alley, you're like, I'm not saying the Chicago alley. The rats are bigger than my feet. But he had cleaned up the alley really well. It was really nice. The music was banging. People were out.
Music?
Absolutely. It's a house music picnic. So it is being compared. This morning I got to the studio, and one of the things Sterling says, I heard there was some house music picnic we missed yesterday. And I was like, ooh, we didn't miss it. I was there. It was really nice, right? She's like, what? You didn't even say anything? I was like, ooh, we didn't quite miss it, but It was really good. So big up to the Unity Picnic. It was filled with love. It was filled with unity, and it was filled with drama that I can't wait to talk about. We'll get to that drama in just a minute. But it really was. It was a great day. Several sponsors came out. We went from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Everybody cleaned up after themselves. Like we did a really major cleanup, and we left. I got stuck driving three dudes, my friends. So I posted our pictures. Like, they recognized they were drunk, but I got to drive my boy's truck with no doors on it.
Oh.
So it was super exciting. I was like, everybody, please buckle up, because you all are drunk, and I'm trying to turn these corners.
Were they like suicide doors? Did they go up?
Oh no, those are fun too, Chris. I've seen those on Chris Brown's things.
Doesn't have any doors?
We take the doors off. He's got that Jeep,
Oh.
and you take the doors off. So the doors were all off. We had our seatbelts on. Yeah, he's got this foot thing for outside. He's like, you can post your foot outside. I was like, no, I'm trying to drive this sucker. He's got right. He's got the Monster tires. So yeah, I had to drive them around from party to party, Yeah. So it's been a great weekend, a great life.
Cool.
I knew it was something major.
What?
How could I forget Overflow on Saturday?
Oh yeah. It was a beautiful event.
I know. How could I forget Overflow? It was a beautiful event. So give it up to our girl, Elle Davis.
Yay!
From Elle Davis Speaks. She became a certified coach. She graduated or had her ceremony on Saturday along with 6 other coaches. So we were there for everybody, but our girl, really. So we were there for Elle. Our pictures are up. So we got to see each other. And what I love is that Elle, as part of her coaching program, started this. I'm sorry, somebody left their phone on. Really, Kara? Anyway, somebody started this. She asked us a few months ago to, she needed some help in the morning, just some accountability. And we started an accountability group that's been going since December.
Yes.
It is now June. So Kara and I have a little bit of history as I transition into Kara, but we're going to talk to her in just a minute when we come back. I'm going to take just a break. You are now tuned in to Monday Night Mingle Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. And when we come back, we're going to be talking to Kara about her new book, Hustle Girl. We'll be right back.
Lay your body down, lay it on down.
Lay your body down, lay it on down.
Class is about to start. Call me Dr. Tony Pike, baby. I'm here to teach you everything you need to learn, lady. Here's a quick way to get an ETA. You ain't even gotta be the girl today. Me and you up in this room, yeah, making all types of sounds, baby. You wanna hear you echo? It's my specialty, pleasing every part of me. You'll be my #1 student, baby. I'll be your #1 professor, honey. Just open up your heart and give it to me. I'll give you all the knowledge that you need. This is how you get it easy. Hey, welcome to my sex college, baby. The things I'm gonna show you drive you crazy, girl. Class is about to start, so step into my room so you can get it easy. Hey, welcome to my sex college, baby. The things I'm gonna show you drive you crazy, girl. Class is about to start.
Sitting at my crib, watching raindrops fall, thinking about that girl that I met in the hall. Pretty brown eyes, real cute smile, the kind of girl that drives a young man wild. Sitting in this class, daydreaming about you all day. The things that I will do to you in every way. This is the kind of girl that gets an easy hey, J. Will. You'll be my #1 student, baby. I'll be your #1 professor, honey. Just open up your heart and give it to me. I'll give you all the knowledge that you need.
This is how we get it easy. Hey, welcome to my sex college, baby. There's things I'm gonna show you, drive you crazy, girl. Class is about to start, so step into my room so you can get an easy. Hey, welcome to my sex college, baby.
Okay, I have got to get out of my theme music. I like my own theme music too much. Like, was that the Mac or something that loved his own theme music? I do. Welcome back to Monday Night Mingle Radio on IntellectualRadio.com with your host, Gina Lamar Evans. Kara, as we talk about this, because I also have a branding expert next to me who likes to make sure that things are branded and that the name is out there. And so we had the conversation about Gina Lamar Evans, and we keep having the conversation. So when I'm on the radio, I say all three names at times so that when listeners tune in that they can look me up, right? Okay. So when you look up Gina Lamar Evans, you will find me and you will find the things that you need to find on certain things. So then for us with certain things, it's just Gina Lamar. So you can always find me at Gina Lamar Evans, mph.com. So, I think everybody should do that. You should take your name and you should make KaraInspires.com or all your Kara names. So what I'm going to do now is go live, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
I'm going to go live on Facebook just for a second, and I'm going to, that way all of our listeners will be able to tune in just again one more time. Hold on, I'm busy tagging people when I really meant to go live. This is what happens when you try to do things without glasses. All right, so we're doing this. Hold on, they're connecting our connectivity. So we are live, everybody, again on Facebook. We are live with my girl, Kara Inspires, in studio. We are going to be going back off live in just a minute. What we do want you to do is, Earl is trying to make me stay on live, and I just don't know that I'll be able to do it. What do you say? It's your, it's your show too.
I think you should do live too.
Okay. She says we're staying on live, so we're staying on live, everybody. Just so you know, we won't be able to see your comments because we are going live. Earl's going to hook us up, and you'll be able to see us live on Facebook there, along with the fact that Bree is, so now the problem that is going to be, oh, no, you just put my code in. Let me tell you what my code is live on air. That would be about right. Hold on one second, guys. I'm not sure if we lost ourselves. And I think we did. Hold on, everybody. Sorry. This is what we should have been doing on our break. But my producer was busy over there checking his fingernails. Oh, we have to hit the live button first. All right, 3, 2, 1. So we are going live. We are back live with you guys on Facebook, however you decide to do it. Just make us thin. That's all we care about. Focus. Don't hit the red button.
Focus.
Right. Whatever you do, just make us thin. Okay. That's all we want. I was with a girlfriend on Saturday talking some business, doing an interview, somebody who may be coming on board for Monday Night Mingle, and she's super thin. And my brother-in-law saw her, and he's like, "How much do you weigh?" "About 100 pounds or something." And she says, "Oh, I weigh 100 pounds exactly." He goes, "I don't think so. You probably weigh like 99 pounds. I said, "I don't care how thin you are. No woman ever adds on weight. I don't care how thin you are." She was 98, but so she's super thin. So, Kara, let's jump right into this interview. Call us 708-223-8953. I want you to give me a sec. I want to give you a second just to tell us who you are.
Okay.
I know whose you are, but who you are.
Who I am. I'm Kara Inspires. I am a content marketer, which means that I help entrepreneurs and new leaders figure out the words exactly that they're going to share with their audiences.
Okay.
So that they'll say through public speaking, for example, through a radio show like this, the copy is the actual words that'll be on your website, business cards, if you're writing a blog, or if you're going to market through video, like on Periscope or even YouTube. I help you come up with creating your personality and developing the words to sell.
You can teach me to have some personality.
I don't need to teach you that at all.
Because I've got personality walk. Okay, right. I love it. All right, so What is this hustle girl? I like to say, I think I shared a little earlier that we've been on an accountability team together for the last few months, and we usually talk at 6 a.m. and our voices usually don't sound like this.
They sound like Barry White.
Right. We are all like,
good morning, I've got a vision.
I thought these were girls on the call. Like, we're all like, yeah, what's up? Anyway, but I do know that you've been working on this book, Hustle Girl. You gave us an excerpt to read a few months back, and I was totally thrown by it. It isn't what I was thinking at all. Okay. So I thought, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought of Hustle Girl. I thought this was like some, street novel about hustling and about the things you got to do to survive as a girl hustling. But
Hustle Girl it's a book. It's called Hustle Girl, How to Be Brilliant and Get Things Done. And it's a collection of inspiration and I call business proverbs for women who know that they're brilliant, but kind of need like a swift kick.
Yes.
I think there's so many women who are brilliant, who are talented, but because of what society says, because of them not hustling, like not putting their putting skin in it or pulling up their sleeves, they just settle. They settle for the job that they hate. They settle for the circumstances that they quote unquote have to deal with. And I just know that we as women, we possess a lot of creativity. We're able to create something out of nothing.
Yes.
And if we put our minds to it and excuse me, if we stand together, you're brilliant, Gina, I'm brilliant, we get another woman together, if we're able to do like what we do in the mornings during our accountability call, truly support and be there for one another, I believe that we're limitless.
Oh, yes. And Limitless happens to be one of my favorite movies.
Oh, awesome.
Like, do you remember that movie? Did you watch it?
I did.
It made so much sense. Like, how many times have your parents told you, you have so much more brain power you could be using, and you just don't grasp that? Yeah. That movie made me grasp it. And if we really could be limitless, I would be doing this. I'd be doing this interview in Japanese.
Okay.
And you'd be able to answer.
I would, because I'd be limitless as well.
Absolutely.
I think that that is something that I touch on in the book. I do talk about our mindset. I talk about the mindset a lot, and I talk about the soul. Your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. And sometimes we know that we're smart, or we know that we've probably gotten the degree or whatever it takes in order to qualify for us to do it. But how many people get the degree and then just settle for the entry level position?
Oh, absolutely.
Like they don't strive to do more. We are capable of doing so much more. But I really believe that we're in a generation, especially for the millennial generation, which I'm right on the cusp. I'm in the back of the bus, but
you're there. You're on the bus.
I made it. That this generation is very lazy,
goodness.
And a lot of women are choosing to
be a kept woman.
Be a kept woman.
And it would be great if you were kept by some billionaire man, Mariah Carey. But no, you're being kept by some complacency, some job, some entry-level position.
Yeah. And somewhere deep down inside, you're not satisfied.
Would you grab the camera for me there? I just wanted to make sure that it's still doing. We got some warning message coming up there. Just hit done. Anyway, so, I like the concept. And like I said, I thought it was one thing, and it ended up being something totally different and even more inspiring.
Oh,
it was really inspiring. And so I can't wait until Saturday. Where is the book launch going to be?
Okay, the book launch is going to be at the Silver Room. I want to get the exact address for you guys.
Oh, it's right there on 53rd Street.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There you go, Gina. See, she's so amazing.
Yeah, right. So, but the Silver Room, that's going to be a really great place. So if you can, stop by on Saturday. What's the time again?
2 to 4.
From 2 to 4 at the Silver Room on 53rd in I'm sorry, it's not Blackstone, it's Harper. 53rd and Harper, right there at second thing from the corner. And we will, after the break, we'll make sure that we have the direct address for you. But it's at 53rd and Harper on Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. And you'll be signing.
Yeah, we'll be taking pictures. Books. Yeah, we'll be
selling the books.
We'll be selling the books.
Can we pre-order the book?
You can pre-order the book at KaraInspires.com.
Okay. All right. So is there, when you talk about hustle girl, I think you said something to me the other day. You're like, oh my God, you really are a hustle girl. Like you I think I was signing a contract for Lunch and Learn at Monday Night Mingle, then, and Uber driving and what else?
Sexy
and
Uber driving.
Sexy Uber. Oh, that's right. I was the sexy Uber driver for the guys yesterday. Wait till you got to go to the page. I'm going to make sure I post it on Monday Night Mingle. Go to Monday Night Mingle Facebook page and I'll post it, me and all three of the guys in the car. And I didn't even think of it as a sexy Uber driver. That could be my new gig. That's right. That is a new
brand. Who
wants
to get picked up by some random Uber driver?
Oh my goodness. And you get picked up by
sexy
Gina, sexy Uber. That's going to be my new thing. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I love it. But I'm gonna need Bill's fly car to be able to do it with the doors off to make me sexy and fun. Otherwise, you'll just be getting in my Nova. That's about it. Otherwise, you got
still
nothing
sexy,
else.
Girl. Just
still
work,
sexy,
just
my
work
sexy Nova. So, what part of being a hustle girl? Right? You said you're divorced. Were you ever doing this brand when you were married?
No, I wasn't. My marriage was real unhealthy. I was really young. I got married 6 months after I graduated from undergrad. I had no idea.
But you did exactly what everybody says, right?
I did. And that's,
you go to school, you get married, you have a baby.
I did it the way I thought it was supposed to be done. And I don't think that there are any mistakes, but I do think that we can make wiser decisions.
Oh yeah.
But I do know that me going through those things as a young girl created me to be the woman that I am today. So I don't regret any of it. I'm grateful that I went through what I went through. My ex-husband and I, we strive every day to be the best co-parents that we can be. But when I was married, no. I was the woman that this book is for. I was a graduate. I had lots of debt. And I was making only $7.25 an hour. Wow. I really settled.
Not with a college degree.
Absolutely.
That is exactly what our parents told us. Go to school so you can get a good job.
Yeah, well, that is pretty difficult in today's,
Well, let me ask you this, though. So since you said that, and I definitely believe in education. You're an educator.
I am. I'm
by trade. I definitely believe in education. So I never mean to knock anybody or to tell anybody don't get your education. I just know how hard my great-grandparents, my grandparents, my parents fought for us to be able to have education. So I think it's almost insulting that we don't go and get this higher degree that they worked on, right? Which is not even a higher degree anymore. I really think like a bachelor. I do. And I mean, it's the way I feel about like, how dare you not even strive for education, considering it's the one thing that in my family that we fought so hard for. So I look at it a little differently, but I also recognize that you have to have ingenuity. You have to have something else to go for. So in Hustle Girl, in my head, what I think of with Hustle Girl is streams of income. How many streams of income do you say we as women should have?
They say the average millionaire has about 7 streams. I think that we should have about 7 streams.
Yes.
I know that it's time for women, but definitely women of color it's time for us to build our own economy. It's time for us to start investing in ourselves so that our communities can have. Just being here in Chicago, we're dealing with so many different things. But if we as women came together with our degrees and our ingenuity and all those other things, we can create the things that we need.
I think our hustle is probably going to be the biggest thing, and it truly is one of the things that we as African American women have learned to do, and we learned it from our ancestors, and just taking whatever was thrown our way and making the best of it.
Making lemonade out of our lemons. Real quick, when you were talking about the degree thing, with it being insulting, I actually talk about that in the first chapter. The book is really catered to millennial women and millennials at heart. Okay.
Yes.
Millennials at heart. And
what is a millennial? For those who don't understand what a millennial is,
someone that was born in the 80s. I'll just say it like that. You were born in the 80s. And that generation.
Did you just say that to us, Earl? Did you say that to us in this studio with us both sitting here? And so me and my producer in one swoop.
No, but you could definitely be a millennial at heart. And that's something that's clever about the millennial generation. Although it is, text definition-wise, people that were born in the 80s, our culture is something that is understood with many generations before us. So, it's very understandable and relatable too. So millennials at heart, I shared that there are 4 things that they know. One thing is that they know that they don't have to have a college degree in order to be successful.
Okay.
Can you have a degree and become successful? Yes. But the way things used to be back then, you would get a degree and get a job where you can actually either pay that off or have a decent living.
Okay.
Today, with the cost of living being so high, it is difficult. Someone can graduate and be $50,000 to $100,000 in debt, and then still land a job with a degree making about $30,000.
So what kind of job do you tell the graduating class of Evanston, which was about 900 kids, right? So do they at least have to have a high school diploma?
Absolutely. They need to have a high school diploma. I'm not knocking.
I guess I just want to break it down to the point that we're on intellectual radio, right? And I want to really break it down so that people get it. Okay. So for those 900 kids, if we tell them they don't need a college degree, right? If we said as long as you have,
they don't have to have a college degree.
They don't need
to have a plan. You need to know what you want to do. If my rule of thumb is that if you don't want to necessarily get a college degree, then you need to become an entrepreneur.
Those 900 kids whose parents did not invest in them, did not have money put away for them, are not in a position to hand them the family business or the seed money, right? So you have 900 students, this one graduating class that graduated on Saturday, we'll say, and they all want to be millionaires because everybody wants to be a millionaire, which, like in today's economy, $1 million is not that much money at all, but they all want to be millionaires. They all have the heart and the desire to go after their dream. What is the next step for that person if we're saying education isn't? Because I know for me, I'm saying when you come to work for Monday Night Mingle, right? If you want me to pay you the big bucks, to know that you know enough about, running the camera, that I am going to ask that. And then you say,
do you have a degree?
I could ask that. Yes. Do you have any training? Do you have formal training in it? I
think that the next step for them, if they don't have those things, which most don't, is that they need to get connected with people who do. I mean, we read stories. It may not be in the media. It may not be front page, but I seek that type of knowledge. I'm finding kids all the time whose parents may not have it, but they are hustling and finding creative ways, whether that be through a GoFundMe or connecting with other people that they may know to help build their children's companies, from bow ties to lemonade. I think I just saw a little black girl who landed $1 million plus deal.
But you know how many black girls there are in the world? And that's what I'm talking about. Like that, I always try to remind the people, like when kids say, I want to be a football player, and I say, or a football star, and I say, they're only in the NFL. In the NFL, there are only like 271 positions. I don't know if that number is correct, but there are 271 positions. I go to schools and I speak, and I've had 10,071 little boys tell me they want that position. How does that fit? So that's just the thing that I always, that's really where I'm going when I say, I think we don't have to have
with the college degree, that's the same thing. They're here's the one position, and those same people are there. I am someone who has both, and it is still a hustle.
You got it. Yeah. And that's the only thing that I always try to caution people and stuff. It's almost like, don't get married. But you're not leaving your husband. Oh, no, we're just going to go ahead and stay together. But don't do it. Don't do it. So then it does start to see, like, I know I've done it. And then I tell people, don't do it, right? But I know, like, the doors that have been open for me are simply, I will tell this to anybody in the world. There are chicks who are 10 times smarter than me, but they'll never get to tell you about it because it requires a degree to walk in that door, and they just don't have it. So that's just one of the things I always like to caution with that. But I love the concept of us hustling bigger than that, because that's what really makes it.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling Monday Night Mingle Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. Caller, what's your name? I have to hit speaker. Top or bottom? Caller?
Yes.
All right. This is Gina on Monday Night Mingle Radio. What's your name?
Mel.
Mel, and what's your question or comment?
Well, I was just commenting off what they were saying about the, I was commenting what they were saying about as far as the kids getting a college education and going to school.
Okay. What's your comment?
Oh, I was just making a comment. I said when she was saying about far as the kids about succeeding without a college education.
Okay, what about it?
Yeah, I was saying that I agree with what she was saying, is that, you know, when she said that the kids for us were succeeding without a college education, because the way, hello?
I'm here.
Oh, the way that things are set up now, that a lot of people didn't realize, is that the way that Obama has everything set up is that he was basically telling everybody and showing everybody that, you know, there in the next 5 or 10 years, there's not going to be any more jobs on the market. So he's opened up the market. He's opened up the plans for people, say, as far as going to school and with the small business loans. So he's telling people that, hey, instead of you trying to go get you a job, go to school, because I've opened up the market as far as with a trade or as far as you starting a business, because now the way the economy is growing is they're looking more to the small businesses instead of to the job market.
All right, caller, thank you very much. You're
you.
absolutely right. I agree 100% with that, that the trade is moving forward. It's going to be about your skill. Like plumbers are going to be the highest paid thing on earth, because they're going to know how to build some stuff and do some stuff. They're already pretty high. You have to call a plumber late night, you're already high. So let's bring us back to Hustle Girl, though, in the manner that I'm thinking. You also, I heard you recently say on another interview on another show before she came on Monday Night Mingle Radio, but I also heard you say something about you being a single mom, right?
Yes, I am a single mom.
I want to ask what is a single mom versus a divorced mom? Is there a difference?
Yes, in my situation it is. We were married for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've been divorced for about 3 or 4, but this is year 1 of us starting our beautiful co-parenting relationship.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
that's just keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it works with some people. Some people just luck out and just have a blissful marriage and all that jazz. That wasn't what it was for me.
Or even great co-parenting once the marriage dissolves.
Or great co-parenting. We've just began that journey, and I like it.
Very good.
Really like it. It's helped me to hustle more. For example, I had this entire weekend free, and I just got so excited, Gina. I was like, I'm going to write some more on the book. No, I'm going to market. No, I'm going to clean up. And then I was like, no, I'm going to go turn up. And I just got so excited, I just fell asleep.
I was just going to say, you did all of that. What'd you do? I slept.
I just fell asleep.
And you got some, 6-7 hours uninterrupted sleep, no mommy, no hey, no what are you doing?
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
it was just like so blissful. But having, I share in the book that I do a lot. You know, I'm a full-time teacher. I have 2 small businesses. I'm always involved in organizations and things like that. I'm involved with my children, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And there's never a dull moment. And sometimes as a single mother, I say single because sometimes certain things that I get hit with, I don't have the luxury of calling him and him fixing it or him coming in right away to do that. It's on me. That's why I say single mother.
So I do have to say, and first of all, shout out to Tracy. Yes, hey, I heard you say, hey, Miss McGillicuddy. I appreciate that, because that is me, Ms. McGillicuddy. Got no talent at all. But you said something that really makes a conversation sparked once before. A girlfriend who's a single parent, never married, said something to about a girlfriend who's divorced parent, who co-parents, and she said she's not a single parent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she had a marriage, she was married. And then I said, hey, every single woman I know whose husband is out of the household, who's trying to figure it out, who's up at night doing homework, cleaning up puke, changing sheets from bedwetting or whatever the case may be, they'd beg to differ. They'd say exactly that. I may have been married when I had my children, but I'm a single mother.
Okay.
Like, I don't have anybody to hit their elbow and say, it's your turn to go get the baby.
Right. Unfortunately, I think I was being trained to be a single mother when I was in my unhealthy marriage.
That's always a good one. Yes.
During the
but
time.
you don't notice that. You
No,
like,
and this is
happening?
No shade to my ex-husband.
No. I'm just saying, us in relationship.
Yeah, but that's just what I experienced. There were a lot of times when I wasn't really able to even call him then.
Well, I will say this, for a marriage that was somewhat healthy and happy, and you can't talk on other people's marriages, but I will never forget it. My girlfriend and I are sitting there, and her baby was about 2 or 3, and she hustles all the way up with her toy in hand, and I think hustles all the way up the steps, and she was a hustle girl from back then.
Okay.
And she hustles all the way up, walks all the way down the hall, and says, "I'd like some juice." Now, she was just in the basement with her dad, and so we immediately looked at each other like, "He slip his butt out of here. Like, why'd she come upstairs?" And so I said, "Where's your daddy?" She said, "He's downstairs."
Yeah.
And so my girlfriend says, "Why didn't you tell your daddy to get you the juice?" Like, there are juice boxes in the fridge downstairs next to the beer. Don't judge this family. They're a great family. No, right? But he's like, there are juice boxes in the big fridge downstairs. She said, "He's busy watching TV."
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what I mean when I say definitely no shade to your ex-husband, but
and that's
it's just
still
being a
like
mom
a nice
happens.
little. That's still a Brady Bunch version of it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's just the moms. Yeah, when you say you're being trained for it, it happens. Anyway.
Sometimes you've got marriages and you both just check out. We had a lot of checking out.
Yeah.
in that marriage, in that young marriage.
Dorothy Brown came and spoke to a group of girls for me. Circuit Court. Dorothy Brown, who holds office, came and spoke, and I learned this lesson years ago, and I thought every woman should know this. She's like, you can file for child support on your husband. And I said, "What are you talking about?" And it's New York. So she says, "No, you can file for your child support on your husband living in the household. If you have a husband, if I'm married to Earl," I always throw my producer under the bus, right? So I was like, "How did I end up in this?" "I'm married to Earl. We got 6 kids. He keeps taking his check, spending it on Kara. I can go to child support." Right. "I can go to child support." Would you clear my screen? "I can go to child support and put on his check so that before he comes home." No, this one, sir. I'm sorry. I meant that one. "I can go to child support and put that he pay me $500 for some groceries before he goes spend the other."
Is that real?
500. And I didn't know that. She said, "Now let's be clear. The law says you can do it. Yes, it could very well end your marriage, but if you're in a marriage and he's not bringing home the check and he's staying gone all weekend, you'll be good either way." I thought that was great.
I also share that in the book as well. I share a bit of that experience that I ended up staying in the marriage so long. Number one, because getting married was something I really hadn't planned on it. Like, I was a girl. I was a hustle girl as a little girl. I wanted to do this, travel to New York, do that and that. Getting married and having a child, it wasn't what I had thought I was going to do. But when it happened, that culture shock just really held me down for a while. And my mentality, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where I wanted to go anymore because now I had done this new thing. And what I encourage the women to do in the book Hustle Girl is to really get to know 3 things. Get to know who they are, and who they serve and or help. For example, you talk about sex for a living. You help us understand about having healthy lifestyles.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my goal.
And that is what you do.
Right.
When people listen in, when we see you on Fox, etc., you're helping people because you know who you are and who you are. That is helping people. That is being a hustle girl. You're taking your stuff, your pain, your joy, all of that, and you're using it to make a better thing for other people. That's what it is. And there's so many women who have those ideas inside, but they do nothing.
Yes.
And when we do nothing, we start to suffer with mental health issues because now we're depressed. You know, we're oppressed.
Weight issues. We eat ourselves
we're
like
oppressed. We're not making the money that we need, etc. So, single mother, married mother, whatever, get your hustle on because other people are depending on you.
Absolutely. So, we've talked about the streams of income that you say along with millionaires, what they say. I try to keep 9. 9 happens to be my favorite number. I try to keep 9.
Wow.
Examiner, I write for examiner.com. I look for sponsorship for the radio show, for the television segment. Monday Night Mingle is an actual thing. I'm always going to try to keep a job connected with the feds at some point, just a few hours a week, even if it's just consulting, because I think it lends credibility to what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's
an
not
expert.
just, you got it. It really keeps me in the field as an expert. I will Uber drive. I will deliver papers. I will... Yeah. Okay, can't say that one on TV. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wish I could.
Sexy Uber driver.
I wish I
turned
could
south.
get paid. Yeah. But for you, when you're talking about the book that comes out on Saturday, we'll be there at the book launch on Saturday, and we'll be able to get our versions. What chapter is your favorite chapter?
My favorite chapter is the Always Remain Inspired chapter. And
what do you mean always remain inspired? Do you know how difficult it is? Like in this climate?
I do know how difficult it is to always remain inspired, which is why I shared these 5 principles that you'll get to find out more about when you get the book. But they're very simple, but they're very profound. And every time I've hit a wall in life, when I go back, when I've traced back, I've done these things to shake that old funky feeling off and get my mindset right so my feet can get moving.
Very good. Very good. Now you have to, how do you come up with that though? Like some people say yoga, some people say prayer, some people say
I have a prayer. I have a prayer that I talk about in the book. I talk a lot about they're actually scriptures from the Bible that I use in my prayer that I say over myself. I call that an I. It's an affirmation where I stand in front of the mirror and share that. But writing down your goals, saying it, speaking it, becoming it, and actually doing it. Those 5 things are things that will always keep you connected to that who you are, and who you serve.
Got you. And what if you haven't figured out who you serve yet?
Then you need to start networking. And this is something else that I talk about in the book. So many women are like, I don't want to do that. I'm not a people person. I'm not an introvert. Social media has made it so, I'm not an extrovert. Excuse me. I'm an introvert. Social media has made it so simple for you to reach out to someone. If you don't want to go out to the events and do all of that, you can network right here on your smartphone. So get creative, but you have to reach out because iron sharpens iron. My thoughts by myself, not doing anything with it, constantly thinking about it, even writing it and saying it and all of that, I become frustrated. That stale energy that I've got with myself. It's not until I come to you, another being who's got a whole nother thing going on, and we start to talk, that creativity begins to just spark, and then we become activated. So talk to somebody else.
I definitely believe in staying around like-minded people.
Oh yeah.
I think it is the one thing, and it took me a minute to learn that.
Also,
because when I started my dream, like it started with my parent company, Women Exchanging, that I was going to do workshops for women and inspire women and bring us all together. And because we knew of some people who were having domestic situations, and I was thinking, oh no, you can't have domestic situations. You're going to have to, we're going to fight this through. We're going to get you through this. All that's going to happen. So we started with Women Exchanging, and we were getting together every 4th Saturday, and exchanging. And I felt like it was almost sometimes therapy for some people. But then with Monday Night Mingle, as people say, I just decided to stop talking to you in a clinical setting. I wanted to talk to you before you became infected with HIV.
Right. Proactive.
So I just wanted to. I say, if I can stop one person, if one person knows that their partner only likes to use lambskin, well, just so you know, lambskin does not protect you against HIV. Like they're using lambskin, and you can't get pregnant with lambskin, but the particles in HIV are small enough that they can be transmitted through lambskin. So one little thing every single time I talk about it is the tip I'm trying to do. I don't know. As you talk
I'm
about,
so distracted by the lambskin. I think I would be so thrown off.
Right, everybody, it does. Like everybody's like, okay, I didn't think about that one, but I do think, I do think though that you have to figure that out. If you asked me at 6, 16, or 26, would I be talking about sex for a living as an HIV training specialist? I wouldn't have seen that. So for hustle girls who don't know their way yet.
Yeah.
How do they figure that part out? It just happened to have been the case that it hit me like a ton of bricks the first time I told a girl that she had HIV, and I knew she wasn't expecting it.
Right.
So how do you know what your fire is? Like you say, oh, my fire is event planning. I want to plan this event, until it's really time to do that work.
And you find out you have to try that though.
Okay.
I would say that that's one thing that they can do. In addition, you said being around like-minded women. I know that that's good. We're around, we're like-minded women. We're the same, but we also have to make sure we're going with up-minded people too. People that know more than us, people that earn more than us, people that do more than us. All of that is going to sharpen our irons and
so
make
stay away
us,
from my lazy friends, because I'm so lazy.
I say this definitely in Hustle Girl. There is no shade, but I had to let some people go.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
at first,
and
is it
really,
me.
is it true? Is it letting them go, or is it letting them?
I'll say allowing you to grow, because I didn't call the women and like, hey girl, I'm letting you go.
Right.
It wasn't like that. It was
Yes.
more so like it started with the phone calls, and I was just sharing this with some friends. I said, number one, only morning calls I do are with you all, and that's the accountability call. Some girlfriends want to call you and they're like, girl, he did it again, and they just want to vent to you. I don't really allow those calls anymore.
Absolutely.
Okay, I guard my spirit with that.
Got it.
Gossip, girl, he did this, and girl, she did that. I only gossip about people's success. You know, Gina's blowing up with Monday Night Mingle.
Ha.
You know, Elle's
From
really,
your lips to God's ears, right?
Elle's doing great things with Overflow. That's what I gossip about. That's what I share. So it's small but strong mindset shifts, not allowing other people to bring negativity to you so that you can grow. It's not letting them go. It's you allowing to grow personally. We talk about growing professionally so much, Gina. Talk about making 6 figures, making 7 figures, growing professionally, climbing the ladder, that we forget that a lot of that is tied into our personal development.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And those are the things that women don't get that, right?
No.
And
you don't get that in college.
For the hustle girls, well, I that's the only thing I beg to differ with that, is that I think college puts you in the set where it teaches you how to negotiate with other people you don't know. If you've been raised in a family that you only, I'm the baby, my sisters and brothers were older, I always wanted, then I go away to school and I'm in a dorm with 2 strangers.
Now I
had to learn how to compromise.
Right, you do have to do that. That is personal development. But I should say after college.
Yes. Well, I think one of the things that, and someone else, I was just listening to this, and someone else said, pay attention to who's on your Instagram feed or on your Facebook feed. Like, if all they have is negative energy, if all they're talking about is the thing. But I like what you said once before too about, for me, I just termed it, I can't remember what you said, but I like trap music and Barry Manilow. Like, it's who I am, right? But I had to recognize how to make that balance in it. And I can totally agree that putting those types of people around you does make a difference in your personal development.
Yeah, you have to be, I think my diversity is what made me where I'm able to be here tonight.
Let me just ask you this. When you say putting yourself around like-minded people, does that mean around other authors, around other entrepreneurs, around other mothers, around other educators?
I just think it's all of it. It's the diversity, being around a diverse group of people, because the author's going to teach you one thing and the entrepreneur is going to show you how to do something else, and you're going to figure out your own way of how to make all those little nuggets that you see fit work for you. That's creating your own hustle. Don't look at somebody else's hustle. Don't look at me having a book launch and you're like, oh my God, I need to write a book.
Because that's exactly what I'm feeling now.
No, you're going to be stressed out because that's not what you need to do right now.
Right.
You need to figure out what you need to do and do that well. And then you moving your feet towards that, it's going to draw the energy for the other people, or someone like me to say, Gina, you should write a book. And it should be like this. Those are little gems, little nuggets, little seeds that will begin to grow as time goes on, as you meet those other diverse people. And then it'll be your own baby that you can birth.
Well, when women are saying this, excuse me, as they're trying to figure out their hustle,
Yeah.
right? Is it okay that I sell socks on the side to publish my book?
You're talking about the whatever,
Like
the
whatever my
different
hustle
streams
is.
okay, yeah, I think so. And I speak a little bit about this too. Sometimes we're so open with everything,
Mm-hmm.
we just look like we're all over the place. Like when I'm in this setting, I'll share what I do right here, but I do other things. You
Okay.
know, I think that we need to learn how to tame our tongue a little bit. And if I'm selling socks, I'm selling socks to those people that I'm selling socks to. But when I'm doing the other thing, that's what I'm doing because that's the stage that I'm on. It makes things simpler.
Okay. All right. So what other things should I be looking for with Hustle Girl this weekend? As we launch this book, is there something you want us to all pay attention to take from this, to figure out where you want this to go? Because I feel like it was more than a book. I feel movement.
It definitely is a movement. I'm on a mission to inspire 1 million women to hustle. Just
1
imagine
million women.
Just imagine if every woman put their excuses to the side and started doing their thing.
Wow.
How many TV shows would be canceled on Oxygen, Bravo, and We?
You will not talk about my guilty pleasures.
It's just
bad TV.
It's just bad.
It's
and
bad.
That's the media.
It's just bad.
Her over here and and all of that. Wouldn't it be so much better if we can show women?
Well, I have planned to fight on Facebook tonight.
You planned one?
I did. I planned to fight. There's a girlfriend of mine, Joanne, and I, we were at the Unity Picnic yesterday, and we always talk smack with each other. And she said on the Unity Picnic, we said we weren't able to. Let me see you right there, Kara. Right there. There you go. There you go. So I said, we're going to have this, I said, it was the Unity Picnic yesterday, but tonight we're going to Music Mondays and we're going to fight. And she says, okay, we're going to see you in the parking lot. So we have this entire fight planned on Facebook. Yep. Now, John, just hope I don't forget now, because I'm 49 and I'll be done left here and get to talking and go right on.
If you put your fight in your calendar,
right.
Instead of a reminder,
thank you. I am so glad. I forgot I needed to do that. I got to put it in my calendar.
We will not fight Hustle Girls.
Yes.
We'll promote each other's brilliance.
Got ya.
We'll support each other and we'll uplift each other because, we've already done enough of that. I think that that's the reason why we're doing what we're doing now. The fight in our community, just think about Chicago, all of the violence. We need to focus on building our economy. We need to get our kids off the street. And there are women who have organizations, programs, etc., that need to get started so the kids can enroll in it.
How do you get that money, though?
How do you get the money? Listen, I have an entire summer program. We go and we just start.
Kaya.
We start. We ask for what we need. We figure out what we, if we don't have all the money, we find a way. We're creative and we're brilliant. And it always ends up happening. But we have a program where we have at least 50 to 100 kids off the street every single summer. We didn't let those excuses of the what if. My coach, Danae Macklin, she's my business coach. She uses this analogy. She says we're building our airplane while we're flying it.
Yes.
What if I'll stay in the house forever if I sit here with all of my what ifs? What if I didn't ask someone just to use their theater?
Yes.
We wouldn't have our program.
Got it.
What if I didn't try to become the chairman for the AXO with NAACP? I wouldn't have met Toy Hutchinson. She wouldn't have given us her information. We wouldn't have got the donation. We wouldn't have got those things if I sat in the house and said, what if?
Right.
You got to get off your butt and do something.
You got to hustle.
You got to
hustle. You got to hustle. Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. Well, thank you so much again. Did we find that address yet? Because we're going to, for the Silver Room, we're going to be there this Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m.
Yes, 2 to 4, actually 2 to 5. And it's 1506 East 53rd Street. And that's at the Silver Room.
I knew it was 1500.
Yeah,
I live
1506 East 53rd Street. And you can find out that information on Eventbrite. You can follow me on social media as Kara Inspires on Instagram, YouTube, and my favorite Periscope. So this week I'll definitely be blowing up because I'm so excited about the book launch. And I know that this book will help so many women really get some businesses started.
Very good. How many chapters?
It's about 12.
Oh, very good.
It's a quick read.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you got to just read it.
You have to do it. You have to do it. This isn't
Yeah.
this isn't go sit at the ocean and
12 quick
you know,
chapters.
think about your life. You have to
Quickly.
actually do it.
Yeah.
So I think I have several hustle girls, women who are starting their own businesses, that I'm going to make sure that I invite them to
Please.
stop by, to talk about it, to look at the book, to, you know, to definitely have more conversation.
Thanks. I was so excited this morning. We were sold out. And so we added a couple extra tickets. So if you're interested, jump on the Eventbrite now. Go to KaraInspires.com and subscribe on my e-list so that I can keep you
very good.
updated with everything. But this summer is about to be the summer of hustle.
Oh, that's it. I'm with you on that.
Good.
Let's touch and agree on that one. This is the
I'm
summer of
trying to
hustle.
move. I'm trying to do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And hustle requires.
And it requires
action.
that.
Mhm.
And we're going to have action. This is going to be an action-based summer.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to hustle our butts off this summer.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
guys. So thank you so very much. It's been a pleasure having you here. I really, really appreciate you
Likewise.
joining us this week on your media tour at Monday
Uh-oh.
Night Mingle Radio as we talk about it. Yeah, that good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we will be back on I won't be here next Monday. We're going to have a guest co-host. I unfortunately have not been able to confirm that host yet. I'll get on Bree about that in a minute, because next Monday is the live Mingle, Monday Night Mingle at Breads, 6926 South Stony Island. So join us there from 6 till 10.
It was
Where-
so much fun.
Yeah, we do. We have adult conversation, and we'll be talking to the men this month because child
support.
No, because Father's Day is coming up, and the topic is, if you go to MondayNightMingle.com, is child support enough?
Yeah.
Like, is it enough? Is it okay if you send me $100,000 a month, or do you need to spend some time with your son, with your child?
Is this from tomorrow?
Absolutely. It's one of those things. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Monday Night Mingle Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. I am your host, Gina Lamar Evans, and I will see you soon.
To my sex college baby, the things I'm gonna show you drive you crazy, girl. Class is about to start, so step into my room so you can get up easy. Hey, welcome to my sex college baby. The things I'm gonna show you drive you crazy, girl. Class is about to start.